guys, it's the 8-bit Music Chicken here, and welcome to the 8-bit Music Chicken Gaming Show. Today, it's another video game versus, and we're going to be comparing two Game Boy Color adaptations of two classic video games. And these are Pong and Missile Command. But which one will win? Let's find out. The 5 points we're comparing them both on are game modes, new features, music, graphics and difficulty. So let's start this. Let's talk about the first point, game modes. Because these are remakes of classic arcade games, you would have thought that they'd have some new modes or some kind of element in the game. And Pong really does. It has the original Pong that we all know, and then it has an Arctic level, a jungle level, a football level, and even a tournament mode with all of these on. So that handles the game modes really well and gives you a fresh experience that still sticks to the fun that was on the original. Missile Command, on the other hand, really only has the same gameplay that was on the original Missile Command, and that's just one game mode. So I'd say by a whole lot, Pong wins this first point. Next up, leading on from the first point very nicely, is new features. I've talked a bit about this in the first point, but I'm going to go through it in more detail now. With Pong, it has new features on each of the stages. For example, on the Arctic stage, there are penguins there that they bounce off, and then if you make it go past the penguin fast, it makes a multi-ball. And then there are these tornadoes on all the stages, except the original classic Pong mode, that if you get them, it gives you a power-up. There are two power-ups. One that allows you to hold the ball and then release it when you want, and then another one that puts a lot of spin on the ball and makes it spins off really fast, so it makes it hard for the opponent to recover it. Missile Command, once again, as I've already established, sticks to the same gameplay. That's the main problem with Missile Command. I just wish it had more stuff. So Pong wins this point as well. Okay, so Pong's had a head start. It's in the lead with 2 points. But can a Missile Command make a comeback? The next point is music. Or music and sound effects. And Pong has very poor music. Really does. Basically, it's really bleepy, and I know it is. It's supposed to be like that. It's Gameboy, but it's just one very, very small loop of very low quality that repeats over and over again. And the rest of the music on the game isn't that good either. And then on Missile Command, there isn't any music during the actual gameplay, there are just sound effects. But as ever, the explosion sound effects are still really satisfying, and the music on the main menu I think is pretty darn awesome. So Missile Command wins this one. Now let's talk about graphics. Both of these games have really good graphics, and Pong, for instance, it gives kind of a 3D effect on the paddles, and then there are some really nice kind of textures on the rest of the board that you're playing on, and it looks really nice. And then Missile Command has really nice bright colours, and that has really nice graphics too. And as both of these graphics are really good, I'd say Pong very slightly wins this point. So, well done, Pong. So, Pong has already won. It now has 3 points, but let's do this final point anyway to see if Missile Command can win another point. And this point is difficulty. And I am sad to say that Missile Command won't win this point, because Pong actually has a difficulty option. You can choose easy, medium or hard, and basically, I started playing on easy, but then I kept putting it to medium after I completed the tournament mode. Then I completed the tournament mode on that and went up to hard. It's really fun playing it that way, but then Missile Command doesn't have a difficulty selection. Although I'd say the difficulty on Missile Command as it is fairly fair. It's challenging, but it's not too challenging, and with practice you can do it. So Pong has won 4 points to 1. I find this version of Pong overall is really good, and I recommend it if you enjoyed the original game. As for Missile Command on the Game Boy Color, if you haven't played Missile Command and wants to try it out, this is a good version to play because it has the same gameplay as the original arcade version and is a pretty good version. But if you already have another version of Missile Command, I wouldn't recommend this because it doesn't really have many new features. Before I end the episode, there's one more thing I want to say. As you know, if you've been watching the 8-Bit Music Chicken gaming show for a while, every 4 episodes there is a video game versus, like this one, and that is going to change. Don't worry, it's not necessarily for the worse, but what I mean by this is if you've been seeing some of my other update videos, you'll know that sometime in October the release dates will be announced near that time. I am going to make the 8-Bit Music Chicken movie show. So yeah, that should be cool. And how I'm going to do that is I'm not going to make the 8-Bit Music Chicken gaming show a weekly show anymore. I'm going to make it every 2 weeks, and I'm going to make the 8-Bit Music Chicken movie show every 2 weeks. So 1 week it'll be gaming show, next week movie, next week gaming, and it'll alternate every time. So what that means for the for video game versus is I'll just do it every now and then. From now on, there won't be a strict every 4 episodes thing, just because it'll make it complicated and there may not be enough of them with doing the 8-Bit Music Chicken movie show as well. So I hope you understand, I hope you're okay with this, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye!